Training tips with Ruthie. Today I will show you a little stretch for your low back and to lengthen the backs of the legs. So what we're going to do is a staff pose into a forward fold, and I'm probably going to have two guests coming in. This is Felix. He's guest number one. Guest number two is on the couch. Okay, so I'm just going to show you. We'll get into staff pose. So what we want to do is sit up onto our sit bones, flex the toes, and you want to pull out of that, lift out of the pelvis. So don't dump into the lower spine. You can see me here, I'm like dumping into my low back. We want to lift and almost pull the hips a little bit forward, a little bit of a tilt in the pelvis. We're going to flex the toes. We're going to think length from here to here, and then you can just reach the hands up overhead. And here we're opening the backs of the legs. And we're actually working our hip flexors and our core. And we're going to reach our fingertips up, but we're actually going to pull our shoulder blades together at the back. So it's quite a strong pose. And if you find it hard to lift out of the pelvis, what you can do is pop a block underneath the hips, and it will lift you up and create space to enable you to lift out of the pelvis there. You can also bend into the legs, like so. Have the knees bent, which gives you that length in the spine. Or you can just fold over the mat, just for a little bit of elevation in the hips to help you lift out. So you can put a hand on the chest, lift the chest forward, up you come, here you are, staff pose, and you're going to breathe. From there, you can lift the hands up and reach over towards your feet. So let the hands fall wherever they do. They could be here, you might just be at your knees. You can grab the insides of the feet and think length here. Again, we're going to push the tailbone out, tilt that pelvis forward, create some length in the spine, and just release down. So you think inhale length, exhale sink down. And here you can also bend the knees, and that gives you a little bit more room here. So we're stretching the backs of the legs here, especially the hamstrings, and we're opening the low back. So if you have a tight low back, this can feel quite nice. And then you just take it for breaths, like maybe 8 to 10 breaths. And when you're finished, you just walk the hands slowly back up to sit. And that's it there, that's the stretch. So I hope you give that a try. It's really simple. You could do maybe 2 rounds, just one round of that. See how you felt in the low back. Did it create space for you? It teaches you to lift out of your pelvis and to not sit like this, because we tend to sit like this the longer we're in a seated position. So it helps us think about length from here to here, a little bit of a tilt in the pelvis, and create space in the spine and in the low back. So there you have it. Two for one jobby. Training tips with Ruthie. Low back, back of leg, backs of the leg stretch. See you next week.